Hello, everyone. This is Ama LightWorker. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to my channel. And I am about to start a live stream. August 2020, it is yet an important month. Please do understand that 2020 and also 2021 are both huge life-changing years. They are deeply connected to the karma of each and every one of us. It is connected deeply to our personal futures and the future of our planet. If you happen to be online, please chat with me. I can see Rebecca, Colacielo, Deb, Janet. How are you guys? So do comment. I would love for you to chat with me. Let me know where you're from. I'm not going to start right away because I know that some of you complain always that YouTube doesn't notify you right away the moment where I start live streaming. So again, I was saying that both of these years, 2020 and 2021 are both huge years that are connected to our personal karma and to the karma of our planet. We are in the midst of transformation. This is the onset of the Aquarian's age. At the end of this decade, our lives are going to be much better. Our thinking is going to be different. Our level of tolerance is going to be much greater. So for the first 2 years, there's going to be a lot of revolts, protests. There's going to be a lot of pointing out to one another. You are different from me because you have a different race, a different background, a different social, economic class, etc., etc. By the end of this decade, okay, we are going to be in a whole new dimension. There's going to be more of a sense of unity rather than a sense of separation. So that was generally what to expect for the next 2 years. But I also keep saying with each and every prediction that we have to be aware of the weather. Before you leave the home, check the weather. You're going to be affected. The weather is going to be completely shifting and changing. I opened my Facebook page today, and there was a post that apparently it did snow in August in northern Italy by the border of Switzerland. We had a crazy storm. It was short-lived right here in the city where I live in Massachusetts. But the power went out, internet, so on and so forth. And then I keep reading from Facebook that apparently there were some explosions in Beirut, and they are not sure. At least that's what I learned from the post. At that moment, it just happened, and they weren't too sure whether that was a bombing or it was some sort of an accident. So it feels like everything is just going bizarre. Okay, so with that being said, now I'm going to ask the Akashic Records to give us some guidance for the month of August 2020, predictions, what is happening. Is there anything that we can do to better cope with this? Why are these things happening in August? Because it is the ending of a cycle. It is the ending of many, many karmic contracts. You as a soul, you have a karmic contract with different people in your life. And please make no mistake here. You have a contract not only with important people in your life, your parents, your children, your partners, but you also have karmic contracts with people that are just acquaintances or people that maybe you don't even pay attention to in your life. That could be the cashier at the grocery store. That could be the person who pumps your gas at the gas station. So understand, with every person on the planet, you personally have a karmic contract to fulfill. They are given this huge opportunity to be able to dissolve or to fulfill. So either to dissolve or to fulfill many of these karmic contracts that we have with one another. But we also have a contract with planet Earth. There is a reason why you have chosen to be reincarnated right here on this planet. As a soul, we have the opportunity, the right, and the ability to be reincarnated also in other planets. There are other planets, okay, besides Earth. But please also understand that there are also different dimensions. From this dimension where we stand right here on Earth, this may not make sense to our logical reasoning, okay, because these are different dimensions. We are not going to get in details in particular, but please be aware that you have a choice to be reincarnated on this planet or in a different planet. So this is meant for you to understand why you have chosen to come back on this planet. And many of us have chosen to be alive during this huge karmic shift. All of us, each soul carries a light. And right now, our lights may seem a little bit dim. We may not be too sure. We may feel very insecure. But as I said, by the end of this decade, you are going to find yourself living your best life. I'm not saying that it will only happen at the end of the decade. Okay, the first 2 years are years of transformation. And then after that, every bit, every little bit is going to help you to shine your light. When you shine your light, this is what planet Earth wants. Planet Earth wants you to live your best life. Okay, your soul demands from you to live your best life. That soul contract that you have with your creator, with your source, wants you to fulfill your highest purpose, to live your best life. And when you live your best life, there's no need for hate, there's no need for jealousy, there's no need to have any controversies or big controversies in the family, with siblings. Of course, there are going to be some here and there. Okay, we learn from our mistakes, but nothing that is going to be so detrimental to your development in life, to your success in life, to the success of one another, to the success of nations, okay, and to the environment, to how we are treating this planet. August is meant to be a month of breakthroughs. You are meant to have a huge and significant life breakthrough. For some of us, this is going to happen in terms of a medical condition. During this time, some symptoms may flare up. This could be new symptoms. This could be old, repetitive, chronic diseases, symptoms. But this time around, you are going to be able to maybe see something that you or your doctors, your healthcare providers were not able to figure out before. Because this time around, your body needs to heal so that you can live your best life. So for those of you who maybe you are perfectly fine, your health is fine, maybe you want to give a boost to your energy level, to your body, this could be the perfect time for you to do that. But the trick here is, don't overdo it. Don't overwork yourself. If you are exercising, don't over-exercise. If you want to have a good month in August, everything that you are doing, it needs to be in moderation. Okay, fun, work, that work-life balance, that alone time, and how much you are socializing. So sometimes a tiny little bit can go a long way. Some of us are meant to have a major breakthrough in terms of important paperwork, an important legal case, an important immigration case, debts, figuring out how to deal with a debt, having a plan, other paperworks of important deadlines, time-sensitive situations, time-sensitive documents. So do not be surprised that to some degree you are going to be dealing with some of these issues, but it is also the month of marriage, engagement, the month of souls refinding one another, soulmates meeting, finally meeting. And for some of you, these meetings are going to be the one that you have been waiting for. And at the same time, it is the month of endings in relationships. So if a marriage needs to end, okay, you know that you are in that journey. This is not going to happen by surprise. To those of you who this makes sense, this is it. This is going to happen in August, because maybe this is the breakthrough that needs to happen in your life, whether you are ready or not. They're saying we're coming. It's a year. It's a month of opportunity. It's a month of opportunity to also redo something that maybe you weren't able to do it before. It's a month of opportunity and breakthrough, but it is also a month of extremes. On August 8, 2020, we are going to have the Lion's Gate. There are certain planetary movements that are going to be placed in such a way, and they always do on August 8, that are also connected to the pyramid of Giza. They are in perfect alignment with the tip of the pyramid of Giza, and they look perfectly aligned. And one of the planets that they are mentioning, or maybe this is an archetype or an energy. I read about astrology, but I'm not an astrologer. Here and there, I take a course about astrology. I'm not an astrologer. So understand that this information, it's coming purely from the Akashic records. This is not my personal opinion. They're mentioning Osiris or Orion, or maybe it's the same thing. Okay. The Milky Way. And this is where an important gate of energy opens up every year to give us an opportunity. It is connected to the season of the lion. This is Leo season, August. Happy birthday to you if you happen to celebrate your birthday in August. And it is connected to confidences, secrets, scandals. It's connected to royalty. We're going to hear more and more of people in a position of leadership. In a position of leadership could be social media influencer, personality, a political leader, a religious leader, someone who comes from royalty, royal families, or in that line, so in the line of nobility. CEOs, the head of a company, the head of a department, presidents. There's going to be a lot of more news, more information, more scandals about this kind of celebrities, people that I mentioned, and also groups of people that fall in that category. They're telling me that Facebook will once again be scrutinized. Facebook is going to come again under huge criticism. There's going to be again more people accused of spilling important secrets, and it could be linked to government secrets. And by this, I don't just mean United States. This could be happening in different countries. And there's going to be again more sex scandals revealed. There's going to be a lot of what was happening behind the scenes that we, the public, did not know. And there are going to also be revealed a few historical secrets. important deaths investigations about celebrities, important people that maybe the public did not know. Now, evidence. Maybe they're going to find something from history, a piece of evidence is going to come up again. And a few years ago, I was on a radio show and I predicted that secrets about the JFK murder will come up. Okay, they're going to be released, which that was about to happen, but then the president blocked it. Okay, and it feels like there's going to be a similar attempt, not necessarily about JFK, but there's going to be attempts to reveal these secrets. Okay, and I'm saying this is happening in a few countries. One of the countries mentioned besides US is also Italy. They're mentioning France. They're mentioning Spain. And remember, in Spain, there's also royalty. And they're also mentioning Belgium. Pay attention to how you personally are guarding your passwords, anything that you have in your computer. Make sure that you are not making a mistake here and maybe revealing a password to an account that you have that needs to be a secret. Could be a bank account, could be your email account, your Twitter account, your YouTube account. So be a little bit aware of that. Could be a tiny little mistake that may leave you exposed toward computer virus or toward other people looking at an email that maybe they're not supposed to. At the same time, try not to take everything personally. You are great, and you are on a journey that continuously you keep questioning. This is happening to me, this is happening to you, this is happening to the person next to you. But in spite of our uncertainties, insecurities, in spite of our fears, in spite of our lack of confidence or lack of courage, we are going to have a breakthrough. We are going to end up being in our life exactly where we are supposed to be. They're mentioning Arizona in United States, and they're mentioning that Arizona will be on the news for various different reasons. One of them is going to be weather related, some extremes in weather, but they're also mentioning that in a few months, there's going to be a rise in the number of people affected by the pandemic, by the virus, by the coronavirus. And a lot of you are stressed whether you should take your kids to school or continue with the online classes. And they're saying that decision ultimately won't be yours to make. It won't be the government's decision to make. It will be the situation that will dictate that. Okay, just like the situation dictated for all of us to be home and to be on quarantine. Once again, the situation, the circumstance will require that the situation itself will dictate that decision. So stop stressing or fighting with one another, whether, kids should go to school or kids should continue with the online courses, because there are going to be interruptions once again from our normal life. And they're not saying right now in August, okay, but they're saying we have free will, and based on our free will, okay, that is going to dictate the growth of this pandemic. And do not be surprised between 2020 and 2021, okay, there's a huge chance that we in different countries, we may be once again forced to go back to some form of quarantine. But this time around, it's going to be a lesser quarantine. It's going to be much different. So again, they're emphasizing there's a huge chance that even in 2021, we may still go back into some form of a quarantine. There's going to be new discoveries from NASA about new planets, about more trips out of this planet to visit other planets. There's going to be some sort of a breakthrough in a research from NASA. But again, we are just the public. We're not going to know about it. But there must be somebody here who works for the NASA or maybe who has an interest for that. That's why this information is being shared with you right now. Do not underestimate these events. These are huge steps for humankind. Okay, the ability to have this spaceship to travel to other planets. It may not mean nothing to you right now, but in a few years, it's going to mean a lot. Good hygiene is still important. Okay, you do not need them to emphasize good hygiene. They do recognize that you do have free will. Some people are not inclined to understand that where is a virus, you need to wash your hands and you need to wear a mask. Some people feel that they have their free will and they don't want to use it. That's fine. They cannot make you do anything. They're not here to order you. Okay, but at the same time, if this is you and you're choosing not to wear a mask, it would be a great idea to still keep a good hygiene, keep washing your hands, your face, wash. It's not unusual that in August, if you notice, year after year, important figures that have a huge impact on people, beloved figures by the public, crossover. And allow me to remind you, Lady Diana, Mother Teresa, that I am familiar with. That's why they are mentioning these two very specific figures. But also the crossing over, it feels a little bit like something that it's not quite normal, okay, or very, very unexpected. Just like these events are very unexpected, also understand that surprises, good things, can also happen in very surprising ways. And they are reminding you of this so that you understand, just like something as bad as death can happen not only in a surprising way, but in a very bizarre way. Also, could good things and surprises happen to you in your life just like that? How you feel connected to your sister, to your brother, to your parents, to your grandparents, to your neighbors, to your community, to your co-workers, to your friends is going to take a whole new meaning. Who are the people that you feel most grateful to have? You are going to be doing a lot of self-reflection, self-analysis on that. And the Akashic records, the lords, the teachers, the mentors, your cheerleaders are showing up right here. Your loved ones who have crossed over are showing up right here to let you know that even these people who have harmed you, prevent you from reaching a success, they all have a role to play. Okay, and because someone has to do also the bad things, just like somebody has to do the good things. We all have a role to play with good actions, but also with bad action. Doesn't mean that you are a bad person. Okay, so don't look at the person. Don't judge the person. Look at the action. Okay, for right now, maybe a leader, a spiritual leader, a person in your life, maybe they're doing a bad thing, a bad action. Okay, so try to judge the action, not necessarily the person behind the action, just like they may be doing a good thing. Okay, so we all have it in us, the potential to do good actions and the potential to do very negative actions. They are also mentioning fires and the tendency toward fires. So please be very aware. if you are cooking with fire or anything that has a potential to be caught on fire. But also the number of fires that are going to happen are going to be on the rise. And understand that half of our planet is in summer, but in Australia and New Zealand they're on the opposite season. So regardless of what season you are, you still need to be aware of fires. For example, in California, it's always fire season because it's so hot. But this time around, the tendency, like a home or a building being caught on fire, is there's a huge tendency for that to happen at any point on the planet. Okay, so please be careful with anything that induces fire, electricity, matters like that. Take a look at any form of insurance that you have: car insurance, medical insurance, life insurance, home insurance. Take a look at that and look at, is there anything that you would like to change, you would like to add? Because sometimes it would be more beneficial to add one more benefit and pay a little bit more extra money and have that one thing out of your mind. If you feel that there is a potential for a hurricane or a storm and huge damages around your area, might as well, pay a little bit of an extra fee and get that covered. So for many of us, they are reminding us to look over warranties that maybe we have. Maybe you have a warranty on your fridge, on your computer, warranties, insurances, extended warranties, extended insurances. Take a look at everything that you have. The full moon, August 3rd, 2020. The moon was in Aquarius, and that's my sign. That's my sun sign. But the energy felt light and airy, and I just wanted to have fun. And when I wanted to do the reading, I just didn't feel connected. Okay, so I just said it's not meant to be, and that's why I decided to have this live stream instead today. It felt like the moon was hidden, lots of secrets. That's how the energy felt today. The moon did not want me to read her yesterday. So today, the influence of this full moon, okay, this time around, usually the influence of the full moon is 4 weeks or until next moon or until the next full moon. This time around, they're telling me that this full moon in Aquarius is going to influence us for the next 6 weeks. It is the moon of distraction and construction. The moon of hurting, injuries, and healing is the moon of extremes. But it is also the moon of joy, is the moon of purging, is the moon that is going to allow endings, okay, that are going to be endings that are going to end a huge portion of our lives, okay, endings that are going to shift and change our life because they are going to allow us to have this brand new beginning, okay? Picture this. This is where you are. This is the direction of your life. Boom, ending, beginning, new direction. It's going to be that important. It's going to put you in a different category when it comes to your finances, your income. It's going to put you in a different category, in a new financial bracket. It's going to put your talent, your skill, your ability, your professionalism in whatever work you do in a whole new bracket. If you felt unappreciated, if you felt like nobody is recognizing or giving you the credit, the recognition that you deserve, boom, all of that could be changing. If you have maybe not usually maybe you are not in the spotlight, boom, you're going to be on the spotlight. You're going to be noticed in the family, the work where you live, in the work or the place when you live and work. Or for some of us, even about being noticed on the spotlight on social media. Some of us are going to be one of those people who are going to be lucky enough to go viral. Okay. And again, they are reminding you again to love, love, love yourself. You are not going to go anywhere in life without truly understanding what it means to genuinely, unselfishly, unconditionally love yourself. It's as simple as that. Don't judge yourself. If you hear that inner critic in your mind, if you If your mind starts to overanalyze everything, take a deep breath and again, place your right arm or your right hand or your dominant hand over your heart center, over your heart. Okay, redirect the energy. And remember, is this coming from the love of your heart, or is this coming because of fear? Because maybe you hate somebody, because you are irritated or frustrated, or again, it's coming from fear. Okay, so if you have to decide on anything, even if it is like, what am I going to eat for lunch today? Okay, make sure that you do check in with your heart, that everything you do comes from your heart. Don't worry about what is the motivation of the other person that you are dealing with, the motivation of your boss, your company, your clients. Okay, you just do you. You just act again in the name of love. And that's the only way for you to push away that hate, that lower vibration energy that maybe you are picking up from other people or whoever is interfering with the joy and the peace of your heart. Okay, but it is also, as I said, grief and joy. We have to release a lot. We have to release that grief. We are attached to certain emotions. We are attached to fear still. We are still attached to insecurities. We are still attached to the idea that, hey, maybe I'm not good enough. Okay? Or grief. Grief. We are all grieving. Our lives are changing. It's more than normal that we are going to grieve. Find a way to release that grief, to purge it out, whether it is through I'm crying or whether it is I feel so connected to this beautiful movie to the point that it makes me cry. Because tears, they're saying this time around, is the only way to reach to the joy of your heart. Because imagine this, having this tunnel very deep in your heart. And that's where your joy is residing right now. And is surrounded by other feelings, the joy, is surrounded by other feelings, the fear, the despair, the I want to fight the government, I hate politics, or I want a break from everything. I don't want to deal with this. I'm not ready for this. Okay, so by purging, by dealing with the grief all around it, okay, you are removing one layer after another until you get to the very core of your heart. Okay, to the very core of your heart is pure joy, pure genuine. It's pure and genuine. And that's your job for right now. Layers and layers are going to peel. And for some of you, do not be surprised if this analogy actually applies to your skin. Layers of your skin peeling off. Okay. Every single person on earth, every soul, deep down in their core, they are genuine. But it is because some of us get hurt, deeply hurt, very early on in life, very, very early on. And that's why we don't operate from the joy and the love of our heart. We operate from the fear. We operate from lower vibration feelings. So in that regard, now that you have a full picture of August, the full moon, are you able now to see and to comprehend where do you stand and what this means for you? What does it mean to get deeper, that deeper understanding of how to love yourself better? How do I need to love myself better is different from how do I want to love myself better. Give yourself a break. Okay, you can go away for a day, you can just stay home and do nothing and just relax. Try to find that balance between doing and not doing, because when you are silent, that's the best time for you to listen to your subconscious mind. Your heart is your subconscious mind. Okay, that's the moment when you hear that inner voice. You are equipped with a huge dose of inner wisdom. Every day that you have lived, you have gained wisdom. So now it feels a little bit scary to simply rely on your inner wisdom. Imagine this. You already have a GPS. GPS wasn't just invented. GPS was invented based on something. Okay, you already have a GPS. in your soul, in your heart, in your body. Your heart is your GPS. So basically, right now, you are just learning to tune in and to listen to your GPS. The GPS in your car very often takes you the long way, the long route, but not the GPS in your heart. Your heart will never, ever fail you. Okay? A person may harm you, a person may lie to you, or a circumstance could be deceiving, but your heart will never ever betray you. So you got to learn to open up your intuition, to open up your heart, to listen to what is that feeling, and do not ignore it. And that's how you are going to discover, my dear, that you are amazing just the way you are. Okay? Many of us are given an opportunity here to reinvent ourselves, to decide what kind of life do I want to have? How do I want my body to look? What do I like to dress? Okay, maybe I'm going to, change the shade of my lipstick. It could be something as simple as that. Do something for yourself where you feel like this moment right here, I feel like buying a red rose for myself, or feeling like I just want to eat pasta today. Okay, it's the tiniest little things when you are in that moment, okay, that are going to help you to connect to your heart, because you have to understand that by principle you are rich. It's not you have the potential to be rich, it's you are rich. You just have to get out of your way to allow God to operate through you, to allow this abundance to show up in your life, in every area of your life, not only in your finances, because this is not your job. It's the job of the abundance itself to be expressed through you. It is the job of a talent that you have to be expressed through you. When a painter paints, they feel like this is that image and it's calling me and I need to paint it. I saw an image in my dream, it called me, had my name on it, and I need to paint it. A photographer feels like this is the moment. They are chosen, okay, to take a picture of that beautiful tree, that beautiful sunset. Okay, it moves you. It moves you. So this is exactly how abundance works. Okay, so allow it to happen. Okay, simply by clearing your heart. What is it right now that is interfering with peace and joy in your heart? Clear that out. If something is not meant to happen in August, maybe it's meant to happen later. That's what they're saying. Some of your expectations get in the way. Your job in August is to do the work and let everything else to be taken care of. You just do your part, okay? And God, life, universe, whatever you believe in, will take care of it. Another important component of August is for all of us to connect to our feminine goddess. And understand, feminine goddess is an energy. Each and every human being, you can be a man, you can be a woman, we all have energy channels that are more masculine and energy channels that are more feminine. So right now, both of these energies, masculine and feminine, they are readjusting so that we feel that balance. Okay, but for many of us, in order for that adjustment to happen, we need to connect more to the divine feminine. The divine feminine could be Holy Mary, Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, Isis, Lakshmi, a woman that is meaningful in your life. Maybe your role model was your grandmother. Connect to the memory of her. Okay, have a picture of her around. Maybe female goddess, female sacred feminine to you, it's your mom. Connect to her. Okay, no matter what your differences may be right now, find a way. Find a way. Or if she has crossed over, again, understand that you are always connected to her in spirit. Take an example from the next great woman in your life, the woman who fought. Okay, who are the great examples of women that you aspire to be? Your aunt, your cousin, your sister. Who are the women that you are genuinely proud of and you aspire to be? And they are also mentioning fertility. Many people could be talking about fertility issues, fertility treatment. For some of us, it's going to be maybe a breakthrough in some sort of a fertility treatment. For those of us who are seeking a fertility treatment, a fertility answer, and that applies to both men and women. Women, creativity of your mind, coming up with brilliant ideas, cashing in your ideas, reinventing yourself in some way, creating, rebuilding your spiritual temple. Your spiritual temple is your heart. That reset button is set, reset. So now it's like reset, settling of the energy so that you can rebuild also your energy so that you feel connected. All work will be done in all of your chakras. There's a mini chakra on the bottom of your feet going all the way up, all the way to your soul star chakra. And the soul star chakra is where you connect to universal energies. Okay, so do yourself a favor, and if you find yourself making a decision or acting because the motivation behind it is some form of a lower vibration, don't act. Take a pause. You don't have to react right away. Okay, calm down and act for in a moment where you are acting from your good and the highest good of everyone connected to you. And there's also a new moon. So it's connected to those significant endings and significant new beginnings. So the new moon will be on August 18. And most of these breakthroughs are going to happen after that new moon on August 18. So I hope that this is making sense to you. Again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is LightWorker. You can always contact me for a private reading. Email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. I also have a YouTube membership right here on this channel. If you notice down here below, there's a subscribe button, but there's also a join button. Or in the description below, you're going to notice a link to join. If you join the membership program, there's going to be 3 different tiers. They are extremely very affordable, and they're going to offer to you a lot more services, predictions, and readings that you are not going to be able to find anywhere else. You are going to get a whole new Akashic reading for each sign of the zodiac. The first tier is going to allow you to have access to all 12 readings. The second one, in addition to that, will also provide you with a mid-month update for each sign of the zodiac. And the third one will provide you, in addition, also with a monthly energy clearing and a monthly Akashic records healing, because you can also heal with the Akashic records. It's not only for doing readings. I'm always upgrading myself. I continue to take workshops that allow me to do more work with the Akashic records, to use the Akashic records in different ways. So I have recently taken 2 more workshops. Okay, so I learned more about how else to use these Akashic records. My last training was about because as a soul you have lived so many times. In many of these past lifetimes, you were an expert in something. Maybe you were an expert salesperson. Maybe you are an expert in an opera singing. Maybe you are an expert in having, these beautiful relationships with friends and community where you always felt supported. So whatever your talent was in the past, if there is, maybe you need to use right now one of these talents, I also learned how to how to blend or to reawaken, the expert that you used to be, okay, and how to integrate that in your life. Maybe you are trying to open a business, and maybe you want to know if you had a successful business in the past, and then that life will choose whether does you like to integrate in your current life, or maybe it's a life that you need to release. Okay, because sometimes in order for you to find success in this lifetime, maybe you need to release something from the past. And I also did another training where we heal ancestral patterns. We have two sets of ancestors, the spiritual ancestors, okay, but we also have our physical ancestors, parents, grandparents, great grandparents, our DNA line. So I also learned, where is it that there is that blockage in energy? Is it from a DNA ancestor, or is it from a spiritual ancestor? And I was able to do some work to heal all of that. And when you do any work with the Akashic records, and not only it's a work that you benefit, but also other family members or relatives. You don't have to know who is connected to that energy, but whoever else is connected to that energy, they also benefit from it. But I am telling you guys, physically, it was exhausting. I got so many headaches because that energy gets downloaded on me. My body needs to be adjusted to be able to hold this energy that is of a much higher vibration. So the day of the training, it's fine. My energy is light and bright, like you have no idea. But the next 2 or 3 days, I get this headache right here. Like it feels like they're squishing my brain, because that energy now needs to be adjusted to my physical body. So that's for me, because I'm a practitioner. I'm not saying that happens to the client. No, but I'm just telling you, like, it's wonderful, bizarre, and extreme at the same time. But I would not change it for anything else. I'm always amazed with the Akashic records. So they're telling me to read some of your comments to recognize some of you guys. Abstract Wellness, Tonya, Rebecca again, S3V3, and you have a long name, Stacy, Phyllis, Serena, Jean, Queen Empress, Hot Superstars, Michelle, Steph, All Cat, Karim, Olivia, from St. Lucia, West Indies. Hi, Olivia, Katie, Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca. So I'm not tuning into any personal energies right now. I did the reading a little bit different right now. So you may want to have a personal private reading in order for me to answer to that question. So abstract wellness. So when you book with me, you can either book for an Akashic reading, or you can book for an Akashic healing, and you're going to be specific. I want an Akashic healing for, merging of the experts. And to help you guys, I'm going to go back to my website and specifically list Akashic healing for this, Akashic healing for that. So I'm going to list them so you can see exactly what it is. But email me before you book, so we can talk about it. So these services are part of an Akashic healing, not an Akashic reading. Okay, this is an Akashic healing. It's a little bit longer process. Okay, so this is an Akashic healing, not a reading, just to better explain to abstract wellness. So Simona, as I said, right now I'm not doing any personal questions because I'm not tuned into that energy right now. I wanted to talk about the energy of August, so do consider a private reading. If you have questions that are personal, email me. I'm a lightworker at gmail.com. So there's another comment here again. Apparently, I answered to one of your questions. Connection to the Arabic cultures in Middle East. So again, contact me for a private reading because that reading was that day. I can't possibly remember what I said that day. I have to connect to your personal energy. So thank you, Abstract Wellness. She's a very good client of mine. She also has her own YouTube channel. She's on. She does more work with herbs. I don't know what you call it, like holistic type of an approach. Just click on her icon right here. Check out her channel if you like. Okay, so Sonia, again, if you like to contact me, so if you need help to make that decision, thank you so much, guys. So that's the Queen of Empress. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. I wish you the very best, and I will be connecting with you again in August to do a live stream. Be well in the meantime, and I will reconnect with you soon. Bye.